Hey there, how's it going everybody? In this video, we're gonna learn classes and IDs in HTML. So let's get started. And if you wouldn't mind, please help me out by smashing the like and subscribe button. In HTML, classes and IDs are used to target a specific element throughout the web page. Both of them are commonly used in CSS and JavaScript, but the only difference between them is class can be assigned to multiple elements while IDs can be assigned to only one. So here in my code, I have generated some sample text in a paragraph tag and then I internally styled it as color red. As the both texts are in paragraph tag and the paragraph tag is styled as red, both of them are getting the same style. But what if we want one paragraph to have a different style? That is where classes comes in. So to do that, we can give that paragraph a class or ID and then we can target that specific class or ID in our style and then add our desired style. So at first, let's see how to target element using the class. So let's say we want our first paragraph to be blue color. But if we change the color here, it's gonna apply to both of them. So to do that by keeping the other ones same, we can use class. So to do that, we can come to our first paragraph tag and then add our class attribute by writing class. And we can click this button and we can set a name for the class. So let's call it my text. And now in our style, to target the class my text, we have to add a period and the class name will be followed by it. So in this case, we have my text. And then we can add our curly braces as normal and then add our style. So let's set the color to blue. So now we can see the paragraph with the class of my text is now color blue. And we can see our second paragraph is red color as before. So the class attribute works with almost every tag. So let's look at an example where we use the div tag and inside we can write some sample text by typing lorem. And let's say we want this div tag to have the same style as the first paragraph. So in this case, we're gonna write the class and we're gonna write my text, which is defined as color blue. And we should keep in mind that this is very reactive. That means if we use small letter T, it's not gonna work. So what if we want the third paragraph to be green color? So in order to do that, we have to set the class of the div tag to something else. So let's go for my para. And now in our style, we can define my para. We can add a period and then we can add my para. Now we can add our curly braces and then we can style it as normal. So there we go. Now we have our third paragraph as green color. So we can not only change the color using the class, we can do many more CSS stuff, such as we can add background color. We can also change the font size. And here we can see the CSS is applied to the my para. So in conclusion, to target a class, we have to follow the class name with a period. So yeah, that is how our class works in HTML. HTML IDs are surprisingly similar to class in HTML, but as mentioned before, unlike the class, ID can only target one time to one specific element. So let's look at an example. So here, let's say we want to change the color of the first paragraph tag. So let's use ID this time. So to give it a unique ID, we have to write ID and then we can click this button. And we can write something in it. Let's write para1. Now, in order to target the ID and style it, we have to use a hash and then we have to write the name of the ID, which is para1. After that, we can add our curly braces and inside we can add our style as normal. So let's change the color to violet. So here we can see our first paragraph, which has an ID of para1, is now violet. So we can also add some more CSS. So let's change the background color to black. So now here we can see we have applied the CSS to our first paragraph, leaving the other one intact. So in the modern version of HTML5, we can use ID as many times as we want like class, but it's not really ideal to use it more than one time. So in conclusion, how IDs work in HTML is we have to add a hash and then it's gonna follow by the unique ID name. So that is how IDs work in HTML. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it and want to appreciate my effort, you can click the like button and subscribe if you think HTML is fun.